guys, welcome to another episode of Fishing with Vegas. Today I'm going to be installing the Helix 7 Mega Side Image G3 fish finder on the Vibe SeaGhost 110. Here's a quick look at the tools that we're going to be using today. So regular tools, you got a screwdriver, wire cutters, electrical tape, some drill bits, Gerber, but I'm mainly using that for the pliers, a inline fuse, it's going to be very important to protect your investment, and a drill just in case you have to drill any holes. Alright, so Vibe SeaGhost 110 is nice enough to have a transducer port here, so you just need a regular screwdriver. Alright, in here you have a nice little hole to the top side of the kayak and some screw holes. Hopefully our transducer will match those holes. That's what we're about to find out. The screws holes that are in the Vibe SeaGhost do not align with the mounting bracket of a transducer that comes from Hummingbird, so we're going to have to screw some holes in here. So I had a little silicone lying around, so I'm going to put a little bit of silicone on the screw. Hopefully make it a little bit sealed, water sealed. I don't know if that's necessarily required, but it's something that I'm going to do. There we go. So it's not all the way tightened. We'll tighten it more. But I'm just going to coat just a little bit of silicone on the screws. So, get started here. So get it started. A little bit of silicone on my screw. It seems to, it's nice as you can watch, you'll probably be able to see better than I can. The way, when it's screwing in, it's literally coating all the threads right there as it goes down, so it should be a nice watertight seal. Starting the screw, and look, even just putting it down at the bottom, a nice little glob of it, because as it threads down, it takes the silicone with it. So I doubt that this is just a precaution that I'm taking. I don't see it being a problem if you don't use it. It's beautiful the way it literally just like filling into the threads as it goes down there. The silicone is. There we go. Alright, somehow I wasn't recording when I was finishing up the transducer, but I decided I ended up flipping around. Kind of pulled the core around here, but the big thing is I flipped it around from the original position I had it in and installed it this way. It's cleaner this way, it sits flatter. So if you're going to do it, make sure you do it that way. Alright guys, unfortunately, the whole time I was doing this, you didn't miss much. I wasn't recording. Anyway, so this is the inline fuse to stop for power surges and stuff. It's a 20 amp fuse. Recommended is a 3 amp fuse. 20 amp was just what I had. So I don't believe that there'll be any trouble using a heavier amperage for a fuse. If I'm incorrect, please let me know in the comments. But so we just stripped the wire and twisted them together. Now we're using some electrical tape just to shore up the connection and protect it from water. Alright, so we're going to strip this wire. These are wire cutters, they're not really meant for stripping. But if you're careful, not to cut the plastic too deeply, I even have wire cutters inside the house. I just didn't bring them out, and I don't feel like going to get them. There we go. Strip the wire. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're just going to slide the wire in. This wire is actually just a tad bit long, coming from the factory. So I'm just going to snip it just a tiny little bit. Goes right in there. Take your crimpers or pliers. And you're just going to hold the wire in while you mash down on the metal. Get the good solid connection. It's right there, I just felt it. Good connection. Just gonna put a little bit of electrical tape down at the bottom here. Once again, probably not required. Just want to make sure nothing gets wet. Right now I'm not going to be using any dry type storage for my battery yet. I probably will in the future fashion some type of dry storage. So until I get that, just want to make sure any possible water that could get in there is blocked out. And there we go. So now we have our two connectors. It's funny, I'm backwards. Blue is my power and red is my ground. Interesting. So, after much deliberation, I was gonna put the battery in the hole. Sorry, front hatch, but then I'd have to drill a hole from the front hatch to here. And I decided that I can fit the battery. Here's the battery I'm using right here, very easily right here in my front console. This is where the fish finder is going to be mounted. This wire runs right here. I can just run the power out from here. I think that's a better idea as opposed to drilling a hole through my hole, and the safer idea. So through here is where I'm going to go. So we're going to drill a hole right through here. Just like that. Now this hole, unfortunately, did not have a drill bit that was long enough for that hole. So what I'm going to do, because so they give you this little grommet, which actually fits perfectly right here. So I'm going to widen the hole big enough until I can fit this in here. Perfect. And perfect little hole right there. I didn't think about my hole being so small, so I'm having to disconnect this cable here. Wouldn't have been a problem if I didn't do the inline fuse. I'm going to disconnect here, so I can go ahead and route the cable through here. There we go. I can route the power cable through. I can reconnect my inline fuse. Hopefully you learned from my mistakes. Like I said, I was up in the air on whether I wanted to do it inside the hole or inside the console. Once again, I think the console is a better option with such a small battery. Obviously, if you had a larger battery, it wouldn't fit in here. But with the size of the battery that I'm using, and not having to drill a hole, because I was going to drill a hole right through here, and then that's water that can get into the hole, which is another bad story. I'd rather, if anything, water gets into the console as opposed to water getting into my hole. Having to retape the fuse. Retaping the fuse. And we are all set. Now, battery. I did decide that I did not want my battery shifting all around in transit or in, while I'm out on the water, so I got some Velcro strips. Go ahead and strip that off. I'm gonna go ahead and place this right here. So bottom of the battery. Now, so everybody just got my battery. Got a nice little Velcro. Now, the battery is nice and Velcroed here, so it's not going anywhere. Alright, finally time to hook up the battery. Now red, which would be blue for me. Alright, so blue is red and red is blue. Sorry, red is black. It's generally opposite how I want these things done. That's cool, kind of rotates back there. Alright. Tuck this cable in here. There we go. have our power, and our transducer rail. And we're going to go ahead and slide our mount. Screws in the back. We are mounted. Now let's plug in the power. Looks like it goes in this way. Move my hand away. And the transducer. Very good. And oh, there it goes. Powering on for the first time. The Helix 7 Chirp Mega Side Image GPS G3. Press menu for startup. Alright, I'm going to play around with it a little bit. Once again, thank you for tuning in to Fishing with Vegas. And please like and subscribe, because next episode we'll be taking this thing out on the water and giving it a try.